company, always on the run, a destiny. Oh, it's the rising sun. I was born, a shotgun in my hands, behind the gun, I'll make my final stand. Yeah, and that's why they call me bad company. I can't deny bad company till the day I die. Until the day I die. Until the day I die. Rebel souls, deserters we've been called. Chose a gun and threw away the sun. Now these towns, well, they all know our name. The death punch sound is our claim to fame. And that's why they call me bad company. I can't deny bad company till the day I die. Until the day I die. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, blood for blood. We've all gotta die. We've all gotta die. And that's why they call me bad company. I won't deny bad company till the day I die. Until 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 the day I die.
Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian. With me always,
I'm Mark. I'm Mark.
You are now tuned in to a special edition of Talking Shit right here on Talking Shit. This is our salute to the military. This was actually Mark's idea. Mark wasn't able to join the military
Because of my
has family and friends, lots of family, lots of friends in the military. Has a lot of admiration and respect for everybody who has served, will serve, and is currently serving.
Yeah, my niece is actually serving. I mean, her and her husband are both over, actually in Hawaii. I believe he's actually in
He's going to Korea.
Korea.
Okay.
So he's over there for training right now. least that's what they tell us.
You don't get to know the ins and outs of it, Mark. Unfortunately, this is just one of those situations that you have to sit back and listen to what people tell you that they're doing. Because unfortunately, being a part of the military, we don't get to tell everybody everything that we're doing.
No. Nor do we really want to know. I mean, everything that you do, we don't want to know because some of the stuff you do, you don't want to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of our soldiers do have those issues, PTSD and stuff like that. I think I'm pretty fortunate to have scathed that. I guess I don't think I have PTSD, and if I do, it's not related to. I don't think it's related to the military. I think it would be more related to my current job or something. So. I was actually pretty blessed with my job and what we did. I mean, yeah, we did some stuff that we're not allowed to talk about, and that's fine. I'm not going to talk about it, but we've done a lot of stuff that we can talk about, and it helped change the course of different things for America too. So I mean,
right, still changing to this day. I mean, from day one to now. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what it's like in 25 years. It's going to be like, what type of military are we going to have? I mean, is it going to be the same or is it going to be totally different? Because you know how this world is revolving.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to say hello to everybody in our comments section. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching the show right here on a special edition of the military or veteran show. We are still waiting on some veterans to show up. I know we have a couple coming on. We're just going to, I don't know. Who all was coming? Do we know?
No, I do know Wes will be here. I mean,
Okay.
He's been on actually been on all of ours so far.
Mm-hmm.
So Wes
he's like a co-host to the host.
Yeah. The other ones I'm still waiting on. We're supposed to have one about 8:40. He's supposed to pop in. He told us he would. He answered all the questions right. What he was when he got out of the military. Whatever you asked him, I don't know.
Listen, this show isn't supposed to be quizzical. We're only asking to make sure that we filter people to make sure that. Oh my God, that lighting is horrible.
You didn't fix it beforehand?
I was trying to. Sorry about that, guys.
Dumb.
Anyway, just trying to make sure that we actually have veterans. Unfortunately, there's some stuff out there called stolen valor, and that's not what we want to participate in.
Right. And it happened here in our county alone just this past year.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, a guy was scooping up money for a charitable organization for military, and it was 100%. I mean, he was never in the military. He couldn't answer any questions about his time served in the military.
Or the guy on TikTok that was what was he, an I can't remember what he was, and it's something that didn't exist, like an E9, E10, or something like that.
No, your E9s exist.
Okay.
Yeah,
it was something above that.
E10 doesn't exist.
Right. Okay, that's what it was. It was one of the ones that didn't exist.
So your E6s are as far as you go before you start becoming in the Navy. An E6 I was a damage controlman first class. From there, you go to E7, which is chief, E8, which is senior chief, E9, which is a master chief, or a command master chief if you get your own. Basically, like if you become a manager of, other chiefs, then you become a command master chief. But you're still an E9. You can't be an E10. There's no such thing. So yeah, God damn that person for doing that.
We thought it was funny though because he couldn't even tell anybody what it was.
And speaking of somebody that's on TikTok, I have reached out and unfortunately I just haven't heard back. Don Shipley. Don Shipley is a former. He's a retired Navy SEAL. Don Shipley actually calls out other people who pretend to be Navy SEAls.
Right. I remember you telling me him.
Yeah, he's absolutely fantastic. It's one of those situations that, listen, I had a job when I was in the military. I was very proud of my job. I would love to have been a Navy SEAL. My grandfather was a frogman, which in fact was the very first what they call Navy SEAL now, right? He was
I'm trying to picture you as a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, me too. I can't do it. So there's no reason to lie about something like that. There was a guy that wrote a book, man, and claimed fame for being a Navy SEAL, and he was never a Navy SEAL. Just remember, if you put it out there, somewhere there's a record of it. So you can look me up. You can look up anybody that's going to be on the channel tonight and find out about their military background and their military career. If they were not in the military, you won't find anything on them. If they were special forces, there's a chance you could find something on them. It's just going to be a lot harder. You'll have to do a little bit more digging. But if somebody comes on and claims special forces, I'm not going to dispute it. I'll let somebody in the right classification do that. So if you want to come on and claim something that you're not, just know that there are people that are going to be watching, and they will absolutely rip you to shreds. But we don't have that, and that's the beauty of this show, guys. We're not here to do that. We're not here to make fun of or anything like that. Everybody had vital jobs in the military. I don't care if you were stationed in the Coast Guard. You know who I'm talking about. Listen, I don't care if you were a Marine that sat on my ship and didn't get to go and play with the big boys. You were still a part of the military. You still had a job to do. So those are the folks that we want to talk to, and those are the folks that we're inviting into tonight's special episode of the show. If you are watching and you're a military veteran, there is a link. I think Mark's posted it up over there on the right-hand side in the chatters box.
I've put it up. I've
Pull
put
up
it
your
up
camera
twice.
and come on in. While we're waiting, Mark, exciting news that we want to tell people. We are.
You want to tell them now? Okay.
Yeah, I definitely want to tell people now. I want to get people hyped up for this. We are working very hard, very diligently to put together a new shirt. And this one was a collaboration between Mark, AI, and myself. But we want to do this one for our veterans. And we would like to get the pre-sale started. Mark, what's that shirt going to look like?
Well, I'm going to show you what the front's going to look like. We're not sure. I mean, it's probably going to be pocket size for the front. I don't know yet. But this is what it's going to, well, hell.
And guys, it's not a finished product yet. It's not
Right.
a finished product yet. So don't take it as a finished product.
This is what it looks like on that. But this is what.
We are taking feedback. I like that one. I just think we shrink that down a little bit.
Well, I never said how
Get
big
rid
it
of
had
the-
to be.
Get rid of the square.
Yeah, but our wife says different. So now the back was the one that Brian had more, feedback on than anything else, because I figured what the hell. So he sent me something, and I came up with this.
I really, really dig that shirt, man.
Go.
I like it.
Really?
I was told the only thing that I was told that should have changed, that we should have had different, was to try to get the flags to match better. I think that they match fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine because when you walk into it, and
It's still the
I know
same
it's a
damn flag.
little,
It's a little bit bigger. That's it.
yeah.
But we're hoping that if everything goes right, if you guys really want to see what it looks like, no, I can't show that one on that. Let's see here. Give me a second. Okay, Wesley just popped in. Okay. If you really want to see what the front looks like, where it's bigger. Here, that's what it looks like all together.
That'll be the logo, guys. That's what we're working on. So stay tuned. If you want to pre-order one of these, please let us know. That way we can try to get a good head count of, like pre-order kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Right. We're excited about this one. We believe that it'll be, really worth buying. We're going to give one lucky person, I believe one lucky person, that's it, a free shirt. I think that's the only
Dibs.
thing that would.
Dibs. I call dibs.
No, not you. We already get free shirts. Actually,
They're not free.
No, I was about to say they're not free to us because we already have to pay for them.
Okay.
So, ouch. Other than that, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk with my friend Wes.
Oh, you want to bring Wes in early? I told him to come in at 8:20, but we'll bring
If
him on.
he's ready,
I don't know. He's walking around, so we'll
that's
give him a
fine.
second.
Let him get to his spot. I think he's looking for lighting.
Oh yeah.
Looking for lighting.
I mean, if you look at his, you can't see the lighting.
Guys, don't forget you can pop into the show as well. All you got to do is click the link over there. Wes, you were supposed to put on the screen your branch, sir, but that's okay. We'll let people know what branch you were in. We got this.
No, I never told him that.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
But if you've seen the show before, you know what branch he's from. But if you haven't, we'll let him tell you. Once his ass sits still long enough.
Yeah. Way too dark. You need some lighting. He's like, son of a bitch.
Turn on the porch light.
We can see an orange chair now. That's cool.
Is it on? There we go.
Red chair?
Red, pink.
Is it a red chair?
All right, let's bring him in.
Bring him in. That's what's happening.
What's going on, gentlemen?
It was almost like we just seen him the other day.
Yeah, something weird about that.
Yeah. How was your trip?
It was actually nice. I mean, traffic wasn't bad at all. Got into a little rain once we got into Virginia, but other than that, it was pretty smooth.
Better driving than flying?
I mean, I'd rather fly. It's a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But the cost, it's just cheaper to
Cheaper
drive.
to drive, especially when you got how many folks do you bring with you? You, your wife?
That was me, wife, and the youngest.
Okay.
So 3 of us.
So that's
yeah, it's
probably what
cheaper.
three something a piece for
Yeah.
For airfare, right?
When's the last time you flew?
Actually, last year.
No, I'm talking to Brian.
Oh God, it's
Oh.
been forever, bro.
Yeah, air tickets are not that cheap. For round trip, nope. You're thinking
You got to kind of, if you're going to do it, you need to kind of do it where it's like somehow in the middle of the week when you fly, because the closer to the weekends you get.
Yep.
Prices go up, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell, let me ask you a question though. Did the military care what day we flew on?
No.
Boy. The military paid for all kinds of plane tickets for us. Oh, we're gonna send you to California.
Okay.
Here's the plane tickets. Bye. Yeah, we're sending you out to your ship. You can go meet it in Guam. What?
I mean, if you can get a hold of the Air Force flight itinerary, hey, we can still jump on flights that way.
Oh, like the Navy base has the airport there. What are they called? What are those
I forget what it's called, but I mean, you jump on like their
flights?
the what?
MAC flights, military. God, I think that's what it's called. I think it's called a MAC flight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's something. I mean, but yeah, you can still, even though that we're out, we can still try to get on one of those flights, and then you just put in the request for it, and if they got room, you get on.
Yeah, but if they don't have room, you're stuck there at their little airfield.
Yep.
Don't make plans, buddy.
Yeah, don't base your plans around that because
Hell no. No, we got pretty fortunate. I'm trying to think. We took a Mac flight. That's what it's called. I'm positive it's called a Mac flight. I feel like that's what it is. I'm gonna look it up now. Anyway, that was the first time I ever took my wife on a vacation. I think we were in New Jersey, and was it New Jersey or Jacksonville? Maybe Jacksonville, and we flew to where do we fly to? California, maybe, to meet her father. I
Okay.
think that's probably what happened. Because I just remember that we took a specific flight and it was at the military base because I think it was like $30 is what it cost us a ticket. Yeah, go figure, right? Yeah.
Hey, I mean, $30. I'm good with that.
What's going on, Keith? How are you, buddy?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I got to look it up now because military. You guys talk. I'm looking this up.
Yeah, Brian can't do two things at once, so
That's Navy for you. They only teach you to do one thing at a time. They don't teach you to multitask.
Okay, well, since some people are new that'll be watching this, let people know what branch you are in and what you ended.
All right, so
what rank
I was U.S. Army, 17 to 2000 or 2007 to 2015. Got out. I was E4. Started infantry and then switched to watercraft engineering. And I mean, if I can go back and do it again, I definitely would. And there'd be a couple of things I would definitely change, but other than that, deployed, been to the Middle East.
Yeah, that's not fun, huh? Yeah,
No.
Brian, you were on water most of the time.
I was on water most of the time. You're absolutely right. All right, I'm going to figure this out. I got to do it.
I think if I was on water all that time, I don't think I'd want to go back on water.
Listen, when I joined the military, I was told that you're in the right, you took the right path because you wanted to see the world, and 70% of the world is made up of water.
There you go.
I mean, they didn't lie to you on that part.
They did not lie to me, but boy, I'll tell you what, I sure wish I would have. I don't know. Sometimes I wish I would have picked a different branch. So, but that's okay. I'm happy. I got to meet some really cool people and stuff like that. So, I'm absolutely I'm happy with my choice. Damn it. I'm gonna figure this out. You guys keep talking.
So, but no, I got on just in time for you guys to start showing that new design off. And can I be the lucky winner?
No.
You know it's gonna be at random. We don't.
I know. I'm not. But I already told you guys I want one or maybe two.
We'll get you squared away though. You know that.
Oh yeah.
Big thing is we got to make sure that we
Can sell them this time.
sell them. Yeah, I mean the hard part about it is like last time we didn't really sell them. We kind of gave them away.
Yeah, we wanted to try to get our name out there a little bit more, so we
That's-
get way more. This one, we want to try to sell them to make something off, a little bit off of this, and then turn around and make some more because we already have our next design after this.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be a military design though, right, Mark?
What about the shirts you designed?
I don't know. What shirt did I design?
I don't have it downloaded on my computer.
Oh,
I have it on my phone.
We're working on some other stuff.
Oh, would you like me to download it real quick?
No, you're fine.
All right, that's
You're
good because I didn't want to.
We'll show them later. I'm just trying to pull this over here so that I can show this. I'm going to figure this out.
Okay, well, since Brian still can't figure out his shit, out of all the places that you've been to, what was your favorite?
What, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, favorite. I don't know. Shit. Probably Puerto Rico.
Oh, I love Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is fantastic, dude.
Yep.
Mac Flight. It was Mac Flight. I was right.
Okay. Yep.
I
There
don't
it is.
know how I remember that. I remember I took one in my entire
Yep.
military career. Military Mac flights are military operational flights that have extra seats. They are also known as a Space A flight or military hops. Service members and their families can use them to travel around the country and around the world at a reduced cost or for free. However, the military mission is priority, and a Space A passenger are essential cargo. So if you are active duty military, obviously you get to go before us.
Yep.
But that is really cool. We still get to use that
Yep.
as veterans.
Yep.
That's freaking cool. But how do we get on the base? Because I don't have a retired ID card. I have
All you need is a real ID. You can get on any military base.
So just my driver's license. What about my VA card?
You can use your VA card too to let them know that you're still prior service. But your real ID will get you on any military base.
What is real ID?
The one that has a star in the corner.
Oh, the driver's license.
Yeah.
The new ones.
I didn't know that was a new thing. I thought
Yeah.
they've been doing that for years.
I think.
Well, they keep updating it, but the star is what actually keeps everything there. It's what they look at more.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have that star on there, then they don't care.
Yeah, it's gonna get. I know here pretty soon. If you don't have that star on it, you can't even get on a flight.
The flight will be, you can't, well, yeah. And plus, if you don't have it, you can't get on any flights overseas, not
Yep.
even just with the passport.
And then, like if you want to go on a cruise or something like that, you won't be able to board the ship without that as well. Even if you have a birth certificate. I think if you have your passport, though, I think that kind of overpowers it still, though.
Yeah. I don't have a passport. Shame on me.
Yeah, I don't either.
Neither do I.
I guess I need to get a passport because
My wife keeps saying, "Hey, we need to get passports." Why? I'm not going anywhere.
I'm supposed to get a visa or something because they want me to go to China. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, they're gonna keep you over there.
why? Why would they keep me? I'm a tall, fat, white guy. They ain't gonna want to keep me. They're
Yeah,
gonna
right.
put me on one of their e-bikes and tell me, "You go lose weight now."
Probably.
Yeah, I'd be definitely one of those two. You look right now.
You ride
fat ass.
bicycle. You ride bicycle. You don't get to use throttle. You got to pedal. No motor for you. Here's the thing, man. So I was thinking that the VA may, and I don't know if this is accurate or not, but they may help us with if we're interested in our weight loss goals. And I'm not talking about diets. I think that they will prescribe a little shot for us fat asses.
I think so. Matter of fact, I seen Mullinax
Yeah.
Saturday when I was down there, and I think he's getting that now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was saying that he's getting a shot, but it's really messing him up, though.
Oh.
Food-wise. Like it's thrown his whole eating schedule completely off, and he'll eat just like he'll order something small, eat like half of that, and be like, "I'm full."
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's alternatives. I mean, I got a friend that works in the medical field, and she was like, "Oh, you can go get get your stomach tied. Basically, you get the rubber band." And I was like,
Yeah, the gastro.
Yeah, but the minute you do that, you don't eat anything for 2 years or something.
It's little stuff. You can't.
Yeah. Well, my brother-in-law had it 2 years ago, and for like the first month, it was liquid only.
Oh wow.
Liquid only.
And you
Brother,
wonder why that they lose weight quick.
And then for like the next 2-3 months after that, it was mashed potatoes, real soft stuff. And then whenever he was able to start eating again, it was very small amounts. And he was like, all right, that's it, I'm full.
Well, that's because you don't want to stretch your stomach wide open.
Right. But also, your stomach's a lot smaller, so
Right,
it doesn't take as much to fill up either.
Right. Is there? Do you go to the VA? Do you utilize the VA?
I try to use it as much as I can.
He
Okay.
bitches about it more than anything.
Do you go once a year for your physical? You got to go once a year for a physical, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. At your physical, do you ever have you noticed anything where you tell your doctor something and you feel like they're just not listening to you?
It seems like I tell them like a whole bunch of stuff, and then they just concentrate on one thing.
That's crazy.
That's it.
Yeah, it's nuts.
You know, and then they're like, all right, the next time we'll talk about this. But meanwhile, you know, I've had a couple appointments here recently that were just canceled on me.
They canceled on you?
They canceled on me.
See, that's weird, man. I've never had the VA call me to cancel anything. They would just say, hey, your doctor's not in. You're going to end up either use this doctor or we can reschedule.
Yeah, but that's not, you know, so yeah, they've called cancel because they just opened up a new clinic in Fredericksburg.
Okay.
And I had an appointment set up, and literally 3 days before I was supposed to go, they called and said, yeah, we're over at the new clinic, but they didn't bring none of the equipment with them that they need to do your appointment. And I'm like, okay. They're like, we'll call you back and set you up another appointment. Cool. They call me back. It's another 8 months before I can go see them. I'm like, wait a minute, y'all canceled on me.
Now, let me ask you, how far is that facility to the next facility?
It's practically halfway between here and Richmond.
So
It's like a halfway point, so there's nothing closer.
I was just going to say, so you're not in a spot where you can be like, okay, well, I'm going to go to this place because this place canceled me.
Unless I want to go to DC. Yeah.
I mean, the only reason I ask is because, you know, I have Tampa is now my primary, and I hate going to Tampa. But Gainesville is the same distance as Tampa for us. So they've said that if I get to a situation, I guess, that if I wanted to fight hard enough, I could probably go to Gainesville. But I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, as much as they switch doctors around and, you know, switch this, that, and the other.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
I see somebody different every time I go in.
We did.
That's the other issue.
Yeah. I bet you if Mark had it as rough as we did, where you you tell the doctor something and the doctor just don't want to listen to you, he would stop going to the doctor. Like, that's how I feel sometimes. Like, I don't want to go. Like, you don't listen to what I tell you.
So having VA, you know, and it being free.
It's the best free healthcare that we're ever going to be able to receive because, you know.
And yet somehow it's just a little bit better than what the Canadians get.
There you go.
Just a little bit better. Not much.
I just need my Motrin because, you know, if I'm destined to cut off a finger or step on a you know what I'm talking about.
800s, give me some water, I'll walk it off.
That's right. Oh, you shot your toe off? No problem. We got you. Here's some Motrin. And you need a bottle of water? You good? Oh, okay, cool. Right over there, sir. Yeah.
I mean,
Good.
at least nobody's following you around with a silver bullet.
Oh, yeah, I can only imagine. Jesus. What do you think? Do you think that do you think healthcare was better when we were active duty? Not in the VA, but like with your division and stuff like that, with your platoon or whatever. Like when I was on a ship, I feel like that was their only job, dude.
Yeah.
You know, if the doctor didn't want to see you, that's fine. You got, like, I had corpsmen that would take really good care of us.
Oh, yeah. Like when we were on deployment, that was one thing. I mean, like we needed something, you know, we could literally just walk right into clinic and be like, hey, this is what's up. And they're like, all right, we got you.
Yeah.
But station, you know, back here stateside, you walk in and they're like, all right, what are you here for? All right, here, take this. You need to go over here and see this person. And then you go see another person. And then you finally come back around and you get there and everybody's already gone for the day.
Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
All right.
Or going to dental and they're like, hey, this tooth and this tooth needs cavity, fillings, and this one needs to be pulled. We're just going to give you a cleaning and we'll see you next year.
Forget dental. So we'll get into that.
All right, and Brian, before we bring our next guest on, you want to go ahead and do the break real quick?
Yeah, let's. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to bring in our guest and then?
Let's bring him on after.
Okay.
It's 2 minutes 15 seconds. So
All right, guys, we got 2 minutes and 15 seconds of break, and we'll be right back.
Awesome.
Do you remember the song that you picked?
Nope.
For the music?
Nope.
That's good. Oh,
It's a small world. Oh,
I did not.
I should have picked that one.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. And when the band plays "Hail to the Chief," ooh, they point the cannon at you. No, it ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no senator, son. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. No. Some folks are born silver spoon in hand. Y'all don't they help themselves, y'all. But when the tax man comes to the door, y'all the house look like a rummage sale, yes. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no millionaire son, no, no. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one, no. Yeah, some folks inherit star-spangled eyes. Ooh, they'll send you down to war. And when you ask them how much should we give, ooh, the only answer more. Yo, it ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no military son. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. No. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate son.
Wes ain't there.
That's okay. Let's bring on our next guest.
How we doing, guys?
Lucas, what's happening, man? How are you, buddy?
No Day Paradise. How about you?
That's why I'm here, brother, because I'm good. All
Good to hear.
right, so U.S. Navy, what was your job, man?
I was an electrician's mate.
That's
Black
right.
Island.
So we were both engineers. We were first ones on the boat and last ones to leave.
Ain't that the truth? Or sometimes we didn't leave at all.
That's right. Oh, don't worry, guys. You'll get Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, after this is done and that's done, and the boat's painted and the boat's fixed, and yeah. Then after that,
Yeah,
you guys can go out and have a drink.
Yeah, right. No, that was showing up the day before a deployment as an engineer was always the shittiest thing I ever had to do. Especially, being young and married was never fun. Like telling your wife and your baby, right? Like,
Yeah.
hey, I gotta go to work, and I'll be gone for 6 months, or I'll be gone for 3 months, or I'll be gone for 2 weeks, or whatever the case was.
Yeah, I didn't have any kids in the Navy, but I had a wife in there, and it was, yeah, I get you. It's not fun.
Yeah. What's happening, Mandy? How are you? All right. So this show, just so you know, Lucas, we do this show Veterans Day, Memorial Day kind of deal. This is wide open. This is
We started off doing it just twice a year, and then we got with Wes and then a few others, and they told us, hey, look, it helped us out talking with other people, and it made us feel like we got our balls back. Some of them said that. I won't say which ones. It was really great because they got to vent to one another, and that's basically the reason why I started this. Well, we started this. My idea, just he went with it. So
totally your idea.
Nice. I like it.
We want to try to get this to go further, to try to get this. We were doing it once a month, and then we backed off a little bit because, having the same people on over and over again, sometimes that's,
Yeah, Wes. I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you.
Y'all keep inviting me, so I keep coming back.
Listen, as long as you're having fun and as long as you're able to, relieve some of your stressors as well, man. I mean, let's think about this, dude. Every time we come on the show, we do get a chance to talk to each other where, when it's just a bunch of friends sitting around talking, when it's, like me and Mark doesn't understand like the dumb shit that I had to put up with. And
so that's why
Lucas understands, Wes understands. And so
that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, so I can try to understand some things. I'm not going to understand all of it, so it's pointless for me to, say, okay, I'm going to understand everything. I would like to know what you guys went through, and I don't want to hear the horror stories because that's not the reason why I'm doing this. I want to hear some of the funny stories, Wes will tell you that he did.
But you got to take the good with the bad, bud.
Right. Well, no, I'm not saying that. I mean, that's up to them if they want to talk about other stuff. But I'm not out here saying I want you to do this, and I'd like to hear whatever they want to talk about.
Okay, before we get started, I gotta know: is that a early '80s model Firebird or late '70s model Firebird?
You're right on the money. It's a 79.
79. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking in the back.
Yeah.
I'm like this.
Are you rehabbing it? What are you doing with it?
So I actually got it for my son. So it's a father-son project car. His name's Phoenix, so I got him Firebird.
Yeah.
So he's always wanted one, and he's been doing really well this year. He graduated a year and a half early. So, and he's actually planned on going to the Navy here next year. So end of this year, beginning of next year. So it was kind of all right, let's get something for you to work on before you get out of here, and we'll hopefully have it in good pieces by the time you're ready to take off to your first duty station. So
does he already know what he wants to do in the Navy?
He's got a couple ideas. He wants to go rescue swimmer or SEAL. So I'm trying to push him a little bit more towards rescue swimmer. But I mean, if he goes SEAL, then more power to him,
Yeah. Yeah. SAR swimmers. I mean, is he in good physical condition?
He is. He's been swimming since he was 8 years old. So he's, been on the swim team ever since then.
Yeah.
So he's a fish in the water. He lives in it. So that part, I don't think he's gonna have a hard time with. It's more all the mental strain that comes with it.
Oh yeah. No, I don't remember
making it through.
Yeah.
On missions is what I'm really worried about. But
well, my thing with it is I don't remember. I don't know what year you went through. I went through in '96. When did you go through?
2007.
Okay, so we're that far apart. But
Yeah.
when I walked into before we walked into the gas chamber, the question was the question came up: who here wants to be a SEAL? And there was like 2 or 3 people that raised their hands. Right? They got the big trash can lids, and they had to stay inside the chamber the entire time.
So they didn't ask us that question.
From start to finish, bro.
But I was talking enough smack to the RDCs that I was one of the people that got to stay in there for 6 classes to go through.
Pass. I could barely get my name out before I was like,
It was just all coming out. You just talking.
dude, your whole face is on fire. It's leaking.
Yeah.
It's leaking all this stuff that I've never seen before.
Yeah, I'm sure it's healthy,
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be. I don't know, dude. Can we claim that on our with the VA? You guys, you think?
I have not seen that yet, but I'm still waiting for some of those commercials to come up. And if you were exposed to this in Great Lakes, then you got a claim or something.
Well, here's the thing. They keep claiming the AFFF thing, and I said, oh yeah, absolutely. I fucking tasted the shit, you know.
Oh man, we used to have foam parties with that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
It's not the
just
greatest smelling stuff, but
that's all it is. That's what they told us.
We used to collect the Tabasco sauces in the MREs.
Yeah.
All right, we would collect up like 20 of them, and then we would take the heater from the MRE when it's still dry, and pour it into a Coke bottle. Drill a couple little holes on top of the lid on the Coke bottle itself, and then fill it and dump all those Tabasco sauces in there. Put the cap on. You can walk by and just hit somebody with that real quick, and it's
Oh, man. What branch were you in, Wes?
Army.
Okay.
I was in infantry.
yeah, but here's the thing about Wes. Wes actually spent some time on a boat.
Oh,
Yeah, I
really?
was also a watercraft engineer.
Oh, all right, nice.
So he knows what port and starboard is. He knows forward and aft.
Good too.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh,
it was funny. We were pulling up into Puerto Rico. I was on an LSV, and nuke sub come up right in behind us, and we wound up docking next to each other. Gangplanks came down on the same pier. So, being the engineer, we were the last ones off. We had to get everything switched on shore power, go through to our post PMCSs, and get everything cleaned up, ready to go, and for the time we take off. So we're coming down the gangplank, and here comes skipper and first mate of the nuke. And we meet down at the bottom, and we're like, hey, how you guys doing? Blah, blah, blah. And they were like, hey, you want to come on board and take a look? We're like, absolutely. So we go through. They're taking us everywhere they possibly can. They didn't take us into the, any of the nuke areas for obvious reasons, but pretty much took us everywhere they could. And then as we're taking our tour, we wound up getting some, E1, E2s, some E3s, collecting up with us. And we come down the gangplank again, and we were asked, the younger enlisted, hey, y'all want to come take a look at our puny little thing? And they were like, yeah, sure. So we take them up to the helm, work our way down. We hit the stater rooms, hit the head, make it down to the kitchen area. And one of them looks at me and goes, how many guys do y'all have on board right now? And I'm like, we have 12. He goes, y'all have 12 on board? That's it? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I counted 16 bunks.
Yeah, because those guys are hot racking, bro. They're sharing.
Yeah.
They're sharing.
Yeah, they're all hot racking.
tabs.
And I'm like, oh no, everybody here gets their own.
Lucas, what ships have you been on, man?
I was only on one, DDG 86, a little destroyer out of Everett, Washington.
DDG 86. What is that one?
So it's a destroyer. I was attached to the Abraham Lincoln Strike Group.
Okay.
So
Because I was on a DDG as well, but it was what the hell ship was that? Oh, I was on the Benfold. That was my DDG.
All right. Was that East Coast?
That one actually was on the West Coast, man. That was in Cali. Yeah, because when I first got shipped over to California, we were originally, my wife and I picked orders for Italy, and then I gave up the orders to Italy to go to California for some fucking reason. That was dumb.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
I think it was because of the family kind of dynamic and stuff.
Yeah.
But we were going to go to SIG because there's a base out there that does all the ammo offloads and stuff like that in Sigonella.
Okay.
And I remember going there just visiting, and I was like, this place isn't bad. It'd be pretty cool to be here. So we were going to take orders there, but California came up. They were like, we're going to send you to the Duluth, and they're going to decom the Duluth within 3 years. I was like, well, shit, I'm going to have 3 years on this sumbitch. So, and I'll tell you what, man, decomming a ship is not what it's all cracked up to be.
No.
If you've not done it, it is not fun, man. You want to talk about I'm sure that you remember inventorying all your equipment and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
your lockers and whatnot. But yeah, you still have to inventory a ship as you're decommissioning it, because they need to know how many EEBDs you're sending to Dermo and which Dermo you sent them to. And yeah, dude, there was one of my shipmates, man, tried to hijack a firefighter's thermal imager, and he got caught because he took it to a pawn shop.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you're talking a 10,000. I think they said it was a $10,000 or $12,000 piece of equipment, and he sold it to the pawn shop for like $40, and they got him. Man. He's an E6, dude.
Oh,
Dumbass.
jeez.
And he's fixed.
Yep, busted down, demoted, and then dishonorably discharged. So
Sounds like it's easier to take stuff off a working boat.
yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
Listen, during the decom, my chief told me that I could have my repair to axe, so I took it, and I was like, "How do I get this off the ship?" He was like, "Just put it in one, the big giant trash bags that we used to have." And he was like, "Just put it in one of those and take it off the boat." He was like, "I don't care what you do with it. Just," he was like, "We're not sending it to DRMO or anything like that." And blah blah blah. I was like, "Okay, this seems kind of odd." He was like, "Just fucking do it." Okay, you
Yeah,
got it.
we got a whole new rack of tools for the machine shop when I was on my first deployment,
Yeah.
and we were taking all the sockets and wrenches and just so many tools, and they were pitching them over the side. And so I went and got a sea bag, and I said, "Hey man, you guys fill this up with sea bag." I threw it down in my switch yard or switch room. And
Yeah.
I can't until we got off. I carried it off the boat and had a sea bag full of tools. I was like, man, I can't let you guys just throw it overboard.
No, it doesn't make any sense, man. Yeah, we learned the hard way when I was first in. My first ship was the Saipan, and I learned real fast you're not allowed to take chem lights, break them open, and pour them down into the sink, because those all go overboard.
Yeah.
And then there's a man overboard call, and they're looking for somebody, and you're like, oh fuck.
No one's there.
Yeah, when you got a good head count, good muster and stuff, they're like, what the F happened? Who the hell threw chem lights over the side of the ship?
Yeah.
It's not good. I didn't get in trouble for that, though. So, you ever get in trouble while you were on board? You
I
ever-
have. I've been to Captain's Mass. I've been to DRB a couple times.
Mhm.
So I got in. I went through the delayed entry program. I made E2 before I got to boot camp. I got top of my class. I got E3 in boot camp. They tried to give me petty officer right out of that, but I didn't sign up for an extra year, so they wouldn't give it to me. I got to my boat. I got E4 my first test, and then it took me 2.5 years to get back down to E2.
Damn.
So, yeah,
That sucks.
it happens. I
I
have a hard time following stupid orders. I don't mind following orders if they make sense, but
Yeah. Yeah, stupid orders you can't follow, and I think Wes would attest to that too. I did. I got 45 days restriction, 45 days extra duty, reduction in rank, suspended though, so it's pretty fortunate there. But
oh, that's nice.
let me tell you, when you're married with a wife at home who's feeding the kids off of that money that you make, just remember half of month's pay. And we don't get paid a lot of money, guys.
No.
We didn't get paid a lot of money. You take half of that away from my family, and we're kind of screwed, And I did that to myself. That was, that's what you get for fighting, right?
Mhm.
We won't do that again.
Blue on blue.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I got one of those.
Wes, come on! I know you got in trouble at some point.
He's told us time and time again he's got in trouble.
No, I was doing a head count for how many packs we were going to be transporting. And whenever I went into the building to find out, because we were supposed to be moving troops or, packs from one base to another. And I go walking in and they were like, yeah, there's no one. I'm like, cool, we're out. I go walk out and there's somebody there. And I'm like, who are you? And they're like, oh, yeah, we're catching a ride. And I'm like, there ain't nobody signed out. And he was like, I signed out. I'm like, bullshit. My squad leader come walking up in front of me, looked and went, get out of here. I'm like, this is bullshit. He just straight up lied to me. He goes, get out of here. So I step off. I'm like, motherfuckers. And then lo and behold, come around the corner, captain. Yeah, I was puckering that one, but he was like, no, you got me. He goes, you got me. I'm like, holy shit. I called bullshit on the captain and got away with it.
So you didn't get in trouble for it, though. That's good.
No, there was the one night. Army base, I'm not going to say where. But there were Marines there as well. We were doing cross training. And after all the cross training was over with, we all met up at the NCO club. And it was a 2-story NCO club. Well, a couple of the Marines that me and my buddy got, friends with, we meet up with them. We go upstairs. We're hanging out, having a few drinks, whatever. And then below, we could see everything on main level, on the ground level. Pool tables everywhere, So now you got Army Marines in there shooting pool, drinking. And then liquid courage kicks in. Next thing you know, we got a whole out brawl going on downstairs. So I look over, I look at everybody. I said, well, I guess this is time for us to go. They're like, yep. So we go walking off, go downstairs, go to walk out. And this E2, fresh out of basic, grabs us up and he's like, y'all coming with me? And we're like, whoa, wait a minute. We have nothing to do with what's going on in there right now. We're trying to leave. He's like, no, y'all are coming with me. And we're like, oh, fuck this. So we wound up getting thrown in the back of a squad car. But the thing of it is, he didn't have the back glass in it, and he left the keys.
You went for a ride?
We went for a ride, and he never took our IDs.
Dumbass.
So we jump over the seat. I take off. I take the Marines over to their side, drop them off. I go back by the barracks, told my buddy, hey, grab your car, follow me. And we dropped the MP car off about a click away from the MP station in the middle of the field and left the keys right on top of it. And we get back to the barracks about 3:30 in the morning. Well, about 5:30 in the morning, we're all getting woke up in formation. We're standing there, me and my buddy were like leaning on each other. Practically everybody was. And they're going on and on and on about the fight. And, and then they want to know who took the car and this, that, and the other. And, no one's saying a word. People are talking about the fight, but no one's talking about the car. So finally we get dismissed. We go back, start walking back towards the barracks. My CEO and first sergeant called me and my buddy over and they were like, hey, come with me. We're like, okay. Go into the CO's office. Like, y'all know anything about that car last night? We're like, no, sir. We have no clue what's going on with that one. And the CO, he actually ripped his rank off, threw it on the ground, goes, dude, seriously, do y'all know anything about that?
That's crazy.
And we're like, so what's said here stays here? And he goes, absolutely. I said, hell yeah, we did it. And this is why we did it. And he was like, awesome job, guys.
Must be nice. I've never had any officer tell me great job on anything. How about you, Lucas? Any Bravo Zulus?
Bravo Zulus, no. No, I got in a lot of trouble in the Navy. I worked my ass off, and we had a good time, but
dude, we were engineers, man. That's all we did was work, and
yeah,
that's
Supply got all the awards on my boat. So
Supply got all the awards.
Yeah.
I don't think I think the bosun's mate probably maybe the bosun's mates probably got a bunch of awards, but we didn't get shit.
Yeah.
I don't think we scored anything for anybody. We got a Battle E on one of my ships. I don't know which one it was, but I guess that's for the whole crew coming together or some shit. I don't remember. I was like, all right, cool. There's a big old Battle E up there now. That's awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, we had a fire in our main engine room. It was one of the bearings for the shaft, and we went down there and we put it out. We fought that or whatnot, and I don't think one person got an award for that. But then
Crazy.
I think our trash person got an award for keeping the trash room clean for like on deployment.
Yeah, no, that was it. I like there's it was really fucking stupid the way that they awarded people. I fought like hell. Like I think it took me like 4 tests before I made E6, and then my grandmother passed away, and all I wanted to do was come home, spend time with the family and the funeral, and do the funeral thing. And we had a new CO come on, and I told him I wasn't. I was getting ready to re-enlist to go do something else anyway. And he was like, no, you're going to stay here and do this deployment. And I was like, no, sir, I'm not going to do that at all. And he was like, well, here's your options. You pay your way home to, handle your funeral, your grandmother's funeral, or you get out of my Navy. And I was like, Roger that, sir. I'm out of your Navy.
Yeah, have a nice day.
Yeah, I did what, 30 days early out, 40 days early out, something like that.
Wow.
But even my detailer called me and was like, hey, I got these orders for you to go to Miami if you want to go be a recruiter. And I was like, yeah, send them to me. I mean, what's the harm, right? Dude, the commanding officer got wind of that shit, and the fucking CMC emailed me on my personal email and was like,
Wow.
if you take those orders, you're going to be flown back here and we're going to send you to captain's mast. And I was like, I had already started working orders with the detailer prior to any of this shit happening anyway.
Right.
So where I was going with this story is we had this HT, and he was a second class. He's been a second class forever, and he couldn't pass the HT test. And the minute I left, the minute after I made E6 and I walked off the brow, they did a cap ceremony, and he was capped to E6 HT.
Wow.
I was like, are you fucking serious right now? I was so fucking livid, man. But they did that because I ran a work center. I don't know if you remember ER09 on the ship. Damage control, the DCPOs.
Oh yeah.
So I ran the work center on my ship, and I had to revamp the whole system because nobody was doing the maintenance and stuff that they were supposed to be doing. So literally we had to rewrite all the programs to make sure that everything was getting done, because you look at a fire hose on a ship and the green around it, the verdigris around it, you were like, there's no way you're doing maintenance on this.
No way.
You go to turn the nozzle and it wouldn't turn. I mean, come on, dude. It's got 3 patterns on it. Just fucking turn the goddamn thing.
Wow.
And people just weren't doing it. And I think that's why he got so pissed off with me, was because I guess corrected issues that were happening, and I was trying to keep it going that way. Like, we had to implement, like, every Thursday ER09 had to come together on the flight deck. All the divisions had to send their people up, no matter if they were on a watch or whatever. Then you had to get them relieved. But there was always a Thursday meeting with myself and the damage control assistant. And they, like, the CO loved that shit. The previous CO, before we got Dizzy, he fucking loved it. And I was like, okay, cool. So that's what we did. And I think that's why the new captain coming in told the HT2, I'm going to make you HT1 so that you can take over that work center. Whatever, dude. It's a rough work center to have, man.
Yeah.
It was not fun. So
you're an HT then?
I was a damage control man.
Oh, so you're DC man. All right.
Yeah, so I mean, DC, HT, and MR, we were all one division. I think they changed the rank now. I think it's not ranked. I think they changed it. It's no longer damage control. It's R division.
Oh, really?
Repair division.
They just piled all of them into one?
Yeah, HT, DC, and MRs.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, well, that's dumb.
Yeah, you got a machinist, you got a welder, and you got fucking damage control man. You're just piling them all together.
Yeah, that's right. You got the plumber, you got Mario, you got Luigi.
Shit,
Yeah, I was an
you guys
electrician.
had it made. We had to do it all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What
I,
were you-
grew
We
up
had to do
in-
damage control, fire control.
I spent more time in the machine shop than I did the electric shop. So.
Why were you more in the machine shop?
Because I was a mechanic and electricians are kind of weird.
Oh,
You know?
Even on civilian side.
Yeah. Electricians are-
when you got discharged from the military, did you continue your career as an electrician?
I did. I got a job at Puget Sound Naval Shipyard for a few years and worked on subs and aircraft carriers and until I got tired of Washington, which didn't take very long. But
So where are you at now, or where did you move to?
Arizona right now.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Is it
Kinda
hot as shit
gypsy.
out there?
It's not too bad. Like 120. 8
120. Fuck.
But it's a dry heat.
dry heat. Yeah.
He's used to it. We walk into the machinery spaces, dude, on a ship. Underway.
Yeah.
That's where we used to go. That's where we used to go smoke, man. You couldn't go up on the flight deck, right? You couldn't go out and have a cigarette because they're doing night ops.
Yeah.
So everybody had to be inside. So we were like, "Fuck it, dude." We go down to like forward MMR, the forward machinery space.
Yeah.
Everybody's fucking smoking down there, dude. They're fucking chain smoking down there, right next to the diesel fuel. God damn, Brian, spit it out.
Diesel won't burn. Diesel won't explode.
No, you're good.
Yeah, just JP5.
Dude, we used to drink JP5. Do you ever drink JP5?
No.
You never got your water contaminated by that shit?
Wow, I might have tasted it, but
You know, like when you hit the water fountain and you're sitting there drinking and you're like, why does it smell like fuel?
yeah,
That's JP5, bro.
yeah.
It'll give you the shits. Tell you that much.
And I ain't worse than the food.
Oh god, the food was horrendous.
I used to
I
pack
don't
my,
I don't
pack my
know.
switchyard room with cans of tuna and all kinds of meals and stuff for deployment, just so I'd have my own food.
That was the thing, guys. Like when you guys were deployed, care packages. When you guys got care packages, tell me that you didn't have fucking vultures after you that would pay money, dude. I'm
Yeah.
talking big bucks or make some tremendous trades to you guys. I had my wife sent me Monster Energy. You couldn't get it. You couldn't get it on the ship. You couldn't get it overseas anywhere. She sent cases of Monster Energy, right? I was selling Monster Energy for $5 a can. I was a baller, dude. I was like, come on, hit me up. $5
Yeah,
a can.
I didn't smoke and I barely ever chewed, and I'd get rolls of logs of chew and then cartons of cigarettes in my care packages because people would run out and they'd be $1 a cigarette, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
You make all kinds of money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
Brian was one of them.
What was that?
What about Wes? I was asking Wes.
Oh no. Like when I was on deployment, we had the third world nationalists come up to us, guys from like India and stuff like that come up to us and, give us like 2 Kuwaiti dinar. At that point, it was like $7 American. And can you get me a Monster? Sure, no problem. Run into because they weren't allowed in the PX.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't allowed in the PX, and if there was a USO or something like that, they weren't allowed in any of that stuff. So like any of like the small like little pizza places, whatever, they weren't allowed to touch any of it.
What about your guys' favorite country to visit? What was your favorite? We already know Wes's was Puerto Rico. He's mentioned that twice. Lucas?
I'd say it'd be a hard sell between Japan and Australia.
Man, I didn't get to go to Japan. I was in Yokosuka, but not very long, right? So
Yeah.
Australia I've been to. Where did you guys go in Australia?
We went to
Perth.
we went to Albany and Sydney.
Yeah, we went to Perth. It wasn't a big place, I guess. It was okay. It was decent. I would go back to Australia. It was really nice, but it wasn't anywhere where I'd be like, oh, I gotta go there again, Yokosuka, Japan, like I said, I was only there for a very, very short time. I'd probably go back to Japan just because I didn't get any any real time there.
Yeah, Australia was great. We pulled into Albany, Australia, which is a really small little town. It was like the 100-year anniversary of, I can't remember which president. They had the Great White Fleet. But so it was the 100-year anniversary of that. So we were there for about a week, and about 3 days into it, we went to this bar as soon as it opened. I don't know, it was like 10 o'clock in the morning. And we were drinking with some locals. And we were talking to them and just BSing. Told them, hey, we've been here for 3 or 4 days. We haven't seen one kangaroo the whole time we've been here. But, oh, you want to see some roos? Come on. So it was me and like 4 other guys. We pile into his little Honda Civic hatchback, and he goes cruising out to this golf course. We parked at the golf course. And we just start walking out on the course. And I'm like, hey, do we need to go pay or anything? He's like, no, fuck that guy. So we crest this hill, and there's about 250 kangaroos out there.
Oh, shit.
We've all tied one on, but at that point, we all about, got our ass kicked by some kangaroos. But it was a good time.
Lucas is like, bro, I wonder if they really, do they really use their feet when they fight?
They do.
Let's find out.
Really. Ask me how I know.
Australia, that was, I was like, what the fuck is a wallaby? And then, you get to see them, and you're like, oh, dude, they're kind of cool looking. And I was like, I had to buy a didgeridoo.
Yeah.
Because I love the noise that they made.
Boomerang.
I had to buy a boomerang, absolutely. But here's the thing. I bought a didgeridoo. I think mine's broken.
No, you just don't know how to use it.
No, I'm pretty sure it's broken. It doesn't have the cord in there to make it go whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, mine doesn't work either. So, but then I gave it to somebody, the local. I was like, man, this thing don't fucking work. I was like, oh well, I'm just retarded.
India, going to India, we bought these drums, and the guys would walk over and they'd hit the drum with their thumb, and they just slide their finger across it, and it was. I was like, oh man, that's cool. And he was like, you try it. So I hit the drum one time, and I try to slide my finger across. He's like, no good. Here, let me show you again. He does it again, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is happening here? How come I can't do this? But I bought one anyway.
So, Brian, they told us what their favorite place to visit. What was yours?
Actually, I'm going to say mine was probably Rhoda. Was it Rhoda, Spain? No, actually, Israel. I got to go to Israel and Greece. I think Greece is probably, Greece is, I'm going to say Greece.
Did you
Greece.
go to mainland?
What's that?
Did you go to mainland Greece?
I went to Corfu. We went to Corfu, Greece. Yeah.
We pulled into Cyprus, and that was awesome. It was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to say either one of those two. I mean, I really enjoyed my time everywhere. I just didn't want to see fucking Jabal Ali anymore.
Yeah. The sandbox.
The sandbox was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pulled in there, literally the number 6 on my ship was called, our saying was, it's 6 the hard way, because we're pulling into 6 ports, and guess what they are? Jabal Ali. Yeah, I was like, this fucking sucks. How many fucking rugs can I buy?
Did they give you beer tickets there for the little sandbox?
Oh yeah, you got beer on the pier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, beer on the pier. I think you got 5 tickets or 4 or 5 tickets, and then it was
Yeah,
$1.
decent shawarmas.
Dude, yes, I absolutely love their shawarma. They had a Pizza Hut there, dude.
Yes, they did, and that was actually really good because it's been a really long time.
Yeah, it was a long time from eating the pizza, but I like their little shops there. But if you get to go outside of the sandbox and actually get to go into Jabal Ali, because I think that's where we got to see the 5-star hotel or 6-star hotel or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
and it's got gold. Yeah, it's got gold inlay on the floor. When you first walk in, it's like marble and gold, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So that was a really cool. But other than that, man, I mean, I could not go to the sandbox and be happy.
No, it's not a fun place.
Not a lot to do.
I remember the first time I went out in town. I was 20 years old. It was me and my buddy. We didn't know what the hell we were doing, and we were walking down this alley, and the loudspeakers started coming on. It was like prayer time or whatnot. Well, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. Everyone dropped their mats and started praying or whatever. We went back to back down the alley, and we're like, all right, just play it cool. If these guys come at us, we're gonna be ready.
Yeah, don't say a fucking word, dude. Just be like,
Nope. We just sat at the shadows and waited it out. So,
Yep.
yeah. Our taxi driver was the same way. Like when the alarm thing went off, like he literally would pull over to the side of the road, and they got out and like he started praying on the side of the road, and I was like, I'm sitting in the fucking cab, like, what the fuck are we doing right now? Like, what the shit, dude?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now I get it. That's how they pray. That's what they do.
it's different.
It's like the witching hour. What is it? They pray at a certain time every day,
It's
right?
like twice a day, I think, isn't it? One in the
Twice a
morning,
day.
one in the evening.
Maybe.
Something like that. Yeah, twice a day.
Is it like noon and like 4 or something? Noon and 5 or some shit?
No,
I think it's morning and
beginning of-
evening,
morning and
morning
evening.
or afternoon, something.
Okay. Don't be in a cab going anywhere, dude, because don't be trying to go to the souk.
Yeah, and don't be going out in town and stuff in the middle of Ramadan and think you're going to get something to drink too.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen, eh?
Nope.
That's their
No.
gimmick, dude.
Yeah, during Ramadan, during daylight hours, no food, no drinks.
Wow, dude.
So they were trying to push because they were trying to push that on us on the base, and we're like, well, wait a minute, this is an American compound. This has nothing, If that's how you want to do it, but don't be expecting our guys to be, not hydrating themselves and eating during the daytime hours.
That's right. Hydrate.
Yeah.
Hydrate. boy.
So
Since we brought up the topic real quick of food and Lucas brought up shawarma, like shawarma, I love shawarma, dude. It's absolutely fantastic. Best cuisine you've had overseas, worst cuisine you've had overseas. And Wes, we'll let you start first, buddy.
oh geez. Best. I know I had oh crap. Had in Kuwait had like a kebab over there. That was almost like a shawarma, but it was a kebab instead, and that thing was amazing.
Kafka? Was it called
Something
Kafka?
like that. And then Ireland.
You had haggis, didn't you? Dude ate haggis. You ate haggis, didn't you?
I don't know what it was, but I know it was like cabbage and sauerkraut and
Oh, that doesn't even sound good.
That
no.
sounds great.
Hmm?
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I mean, I
The
like
only thing in it that was worth eating was potatoes.
Yeah, sausages, mashed potatoes, and sauerkraut.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, man.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
He was saying sausage and sauerkraut and cabbage. Is that what it was?
Yeah, mashed potatoes. I can't
No,
remember.
I had no sausage in it at all. I mean, whenever I was in Germany, we had the brats and and kraut there. That was pretty good.
Lucas, what about you, buddy? Best and worst.
That's gonna be really hard. I had a lot of good food and I had a lot of bad food, but something that stands out was all the shopao in Japan. All the little markets that you can just jump into and grab, little bites to eat. They were always fabulous. But also pizza. I had a pizza in Japan that was probably one of the best pizzas I ever had in my life. And I'm
Gold leaf on it, didn't it?
straight from my Italian, my grandpa straight from the mainland, and he knows pizza, but yeah, had a great pizza in Japan.
Worst food?
Balut.
Balut? You ate balut? You ate fucking
I tried it.
30? Is it 30-year-old?
Something like that. I don't know. It's rotten. It's a rotten
It's a
egg.
rotten egg. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah. I didn't go for the monkey, but I went for the
Oh,
balut.
the monkey brain. Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to talk me into that. I was like, no, thank you. Like I'll eat a lot of stuff, but some stuff no.
So I think my favorite cuisine was probably going to be like you were saying earlier, the shawarma in Israel. I think they had the best. I'm pretty sure it was camel or something along that line. The worst food, you cannot go to a McDonald's in India and order a Big Mac. Don't get a Big Mac. And you
It's
end up-
not beef.
yeah, no, you're not allowed to have beef and cheese together. And they don't do a lot of beef anyway because they feel the cow is sacred, right? So, but any of the street food in India, fucking stay away from it, dude. Like, it looks good, it smells delightful, but Jesus Christ, man, it will fuck you up so bad. Like, you eat it, and the minute you eat it and you sit down somewhere, you're like, the fuck is something coming out of my butt now? Like, is
No.
that's bad. And then and that's the other downfall in India. Unfortunately, when you go to a gas station, there's no toilets. They just have a hole in the floor, and that is where you do your business. So,
Don't they have that in Japan too?
no, I don't think so. I think Japan actually,
No, Japan, they got bidets.
yeah.
Really fancy toilets.
Yeah,
He-
Middle
I'm trying
East,
to think
hole
of-
on the floor. That's it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to think. There's another place that's
India's hole in the floor, bud. And
Singapore.
single. Okay,
Singapore, yeah.
Yeah, I went to a mall in Singapore, and same thing, and hole in the wall for all the toilets. Whenever you had no toilet paper, just the hose. And but in the food court, they had about 150 toilets with seats that you could sit on to eat your food. Swear to God, true story.
what?
Ew.
Yeah.
So you can eat your food and sit on the toilet at the same time.
Yeah, the food court chairs were all toilets and toilet seats.
That's gross.
I couldn't believe it.
All right, man. What else you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about anything else?
I got an idea.
What's up?
All right. Well, since he wasn't able to come on right away, we're gonna have another one next month, and because of Memorial Day, we're gonna have it a little bit earlier before Memorial Day.
West is
I
frozen,
think-
by the way.
He's okay. I would like to invite Lucas back on when we do that, because we'll have one from each branch will be on that show. But I'd like to invite you back on for that one, and I'll let you know ahead of time. I think it's like the 24th or 22nd or something like that. We're gonna do it.
Right.
But I would like to have you back on for that.
So when it's everybody else, when everybody else is here, when it's Army, Marine Corps, and then that one Coast Guard guy, it's
You
fantastic.
never know. I might find another one.
Yeah, good luck, dude. You know how many people signed up for the Coast Guard? 2. And you didn't qualify. Just saying.
So you got a Marine coming?
We'll have some Marines. Now, here's the thing. Mark's got a niece that's a Marine. Her
Her husband's
husband's
a
a
Marine.
Marine.
My brother's is a vet. a
Yeah,
Marine.
Chris is a former Marine. So I've already talked about the crayon thing, and his addiction is only with the color. What did he say?
Red.
Blue.
Red crayon.
No, I think he said blue. Was
Really?
it?
Blue. I think it was blue.
I think his is blue.
I'll remember that. I usually buy red crayons to take with me on trips for all the Marines. But
Nice.
I'll throw some blue in there with me.
Nice. I just got to carry a box because you never know who you're going to run into, right? So,
Well, no, I've always heard red. Everyone I talk to, they always like the red ones. So
well, the new age Marines are different because they like these new colors like cyan and
I guess it's been a while. Been a little while since I've
Yeah.
been.
so just buy a box of 64 count. They're still available at your local retailer for like, I don't know, $5 or something.
You cover everyone.
No, it'll be.
You
It'll
can
be
you can feed a military, you can feed a whole military branch with those.
It'll be $10 next week for him.
$10. The Coast Guard, we have a hard time trying to find people with the Coast Guard. We have a guy that comes on every once in a while. He has his own podcast, so it's really hard to catch him. But he is the entire Coast Guard, seriously.
Okay. Just because I accidentally said that the first time, You're never gonna let me live that one down, aren't you?
Never gonna happen, bro.
No.
Never gonna happen. Air Force wise, those guys are they like to crack wise with us a lot. They think they're a lot smarter than we are because they got 3 points higher on the ASVAB score or something. Okay, maybe 30 points higher. I look, I can't math right now, but give or take, right? So they always think that they're smarter than us. And then of course we'll have an Army guy or girl.
Yeah, well, I'd like to try to find some women too one day, so we can find, because we're always tearing.
Can't find women anymore. We're done with that.
No, for the show.
Sure. What kind of show, bud? I'll be here.
No, that's a different one that we have, in the future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know.
We'll figure that one out.
And then what about Space Force, man? Is that still a thing?
Oh man, I tried to get a job there just to say I had a job there.
Get the fuck out of here! Is it really a thing though? Like,
yes,
like it's a thing, and then I'm like, okay, well, you don't hear about them anymore. Is it like a secret society of?
Yeah, pretty much.
I have no idea what they do.
They don't do anything.
Probably not. Probably about same as the Air Force.
How many people are signed up for this thing?
I have no idea. But I know they got a whole bunch of jobs posted, and I tried to get a job there a couple times.
Damn, I should probably go and look at is it on USA Jobs?
Yep.
Okay.
Brian, you couldn't get a job there.
Why?
Because you weigh too much.
Shut the fuck up. Gravity will not hold me down.
As a civilian, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
right. I'm not going into space.
Yeah.
I'd rather go into space.
Good luck.
Yeah. My body wouldn't be able to do it anyways.
Yeah, your body would be like a piece of paper going into the shuttle.
Well, no, it'd probably expand some. It'd probably expand some, so it might help me.
So Mark is 5'2" or something like that.
5'4", bitch.
See? He grew 2 inches already, just us talking about him going into space.
No, this is not about making fun of me.
Okay, fine. Well, I can't make fun of my Navy brethren.
Oh, you can. That's
no, you can make fun of him, but not me. Hey, look, Wes is back.
No, because here's the thing: we were both engineers. If you were a topsider, then we could kind of banter a little bit differently, I think. But shit, we lived the same kind of. We had the same birthing, dude. Like it smelled like fan in there, right? Feed ass and nuts all the time.
Hey, did you have anyone that you had to post a watch after they got off mid watch to make sure that fucker took a shower before he called?
All the fucking time, bro. All the fucking time. Like you knew that the guy was so fucking trashy. Like when you look at somebody's rack and their sheets are fucking brown, dude.
Ew.
Listen,
that's no joke. Yeah, here's every mid watch. We had this one guy that we would post up outside of his rack and be like, all right, you need to go take a shower before you go to sleep. Period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't stink in the fucking berthing, dude. We're so confined, and we're so close to each other. When I woke up in the morning, I didn't want to talk to nobody because of I didn't want my morning breath in that little cubicle area. You know what I'm saying? Like if I would have been like, "Hey, good morning," no, you're not. You're killing everybody. Everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck did you eat? Is that tartare?" Wes, you're frozen again, bud. Jesus. Okay, you're back.
No, he's not frozen. He's just smiling a lot.
Here's the thing about us, and I don't know if you did this or not, Lucas, but instead of sending my laundry down with the rest of laundry, like I would pay $5 to a guy in the laundry to do my own fucking laundry for me and then just bring it up and toss it on my rack, right?
Did you guys not have separate washing machines?
Fuck no, you guys had, bro.
We had two washing machines, 2 dryers in a separate space that you could do your own laundry, and that was a godsend because ship's laundry sucked ass.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that opportunity. I will tell you though, paying somebody $5 to do your laundry was kind of a godsend. Here's the creepy part though. First time I ever sent my laundry down, it came back folded. including my skivvies, bro.
That's
Thought
good
it was a
service right there.
Thought it was a little strange. I thought I was missing stuff because I was like, wait a minute. I set down a bag a little bit bigger than this, and now it's all back and it's all compressed. Like, he made it rack ready, dude. I was like, holy fuck.
That's good service.
For $5? Jeez.
You got
Well,
nothing else to do.
he was hoping you were going to give him a tip.
Shit. High five,
I
bud.
did get a tip.
From his whoever he works with.
Oh,
Hey, bro, stop it.
I thought you were gonna have it ordered, and I was gonna stop by.
Dude, what? That's Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Hello, Pamela. How are you?
Hi.
Wes's wife, Pam. I just got a chance to meet her over the weekend, right?
Yes, sir.
So Wes is from this area where we live, and he came down to visit some old friends and family, and unfortunately didn't call anybody to let us know that he was in town. We kind of stalked his Facebook page, I think. Motherfucker.
Oh,
He told us 2 weeks ago he would be here. Shut up. You just
I
forgot.
did. I just started on one side of the state and ended up on the other side. And
And then the other part of this that I got to contend with is his son's a cop here in this county. So now I got worried. Do I get pulled over by the kid? You know what I mean? So I'd be like,
just remember the name
"Oh,
South.
maybe call your father.
Just remember the last name South and say, okay, I'm friends with your father.
No, because then he'll take me to the fucking.
you know how many people are like, "Hey, is Wes your dad?"
No, I'm out at that point, dude. I won't throw Wes in there like that. I'll just be like, okay.
Like, man, I went to school with him. Man, sometimes like I don't give a shit.
Boy, speaking of school, real quick, GI Bill. Did you guys get an opportunity to utilize any of the GI Bill?
I did not.
Why? Is it still available to you?
It's not actually. So I didn't get out with a full honorable. I got a general discharge under honorable conditions.
That's fine. You can go back and it's an honorable discharge. You have to go talk to your vet rep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. Yeah, you are I'm pretty sure you're entitled to that. You're entitled to be able to utilize the VA, all that shit.
So I got the VA stuff. I'm doing all that, but they said I'm not eligible for the GI Bill.
Did you talk to the vet rep there? Talk to the vet rep and just ask.
I think it was right after I got out, and I didn't ever really check into it too much since then.
It doesn't expire.
All right.
If you're eligible for it because you paid into it, if you're eligible for it, it should be available to you.
I did pay into it. So.
You did, right?
Yeah.
Everybody did. We all had to. Here's the thing. I would absolutely tell you to talk to the vet rep. I don't think it's no harm to ask, right?
No, and if nothing else, you let my kids use it or something. So.
And exactly. And the reason I say that is because I knew a guy that I was in the military with who ended up getting caught stealing. He was stealing from the supply stuff, and he got discharged. His wife left. I mean, there was a whole thing, right? But 2 years later, I found out that he turned his general discharge, because that's what they discharged him under. It turned into an honorable discharge, and he was going to college on the GI Bill.
Nice.
It's like, fuck off, dude. If I'd have known that, I could have got in trouble and still used the GI Bill. No, I would have never done that. But I utilized some of the GI Bill, and I think that it's still available. There's some still available for the kids if they want to utilize it as well. So,
Yeah.
I recommend if you didn't use it, check and see if it's available to you, Lucas, and if it's, hopefully it is, because if you got discharged, and they're going to ask you like, were you honorably discharged? Just tell them you had a general discharge. They're going to tell you yes or no, or you can say, does that disqualify me? I was looking for the word. There it goes. But I don't think it does. I think your general discharge turns into an honorable, quite honestly. Wes, did you use yours?
No. No.
Well, you got kids. If you don't want to use it, give it to your kids.
Trying to get, the wife added and, my stepkids added into everything. And it's already been like 9 months.
Listen, the VA.
I'm trying to get my wife added in.
It all takes forever. Trust me. Just tell
Yep.
your wife to be persistent. I found out from another friend of mine who actually works for the VA that there's something that I didn't know about. If we die and we didn't have any kind of policies set up,
Mhm.
we were honorably discharged, there's something called dependents income compensation that they'll get for a couple of years after we're deceased. So basically,
Yeah.
we're getting dick after we're deceased, just so you guys know.
So
It's literally called dick.
as my wife knows some people up in Syracuse. Father passed away here recently, and because the mother makes too much yearly from her like retirement and everything, that she is not eligible for the deceased benefits
Oh, okay.
because she makes too much. So there is a cap.
But I urge all you guys to utilize anything that the military is going to give you.
Oh yeah.
Whether you were honorably discharged, dishonorably discharged, or other general, I would still tell you to absolutely look into it, man. I can't tell you, man. I was working with a guy that just got a fuck ton of money from the VA. He got a bunch of back pay because I said, bro, it sounds like you had more underlying conditions getting out than when you went in. And they just cut him a fat check, dude, and he doesn't have to work for the rest of his life.
Nice.
And it's all because I just said, I would just check on it, man. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask a bunch of questions. And Google is your friend. Unfortunately, Google is one of those things that I got to tell people to use all the time. When I was getting, did you have to go to a class when you got out?
Yeah.
You had to, was it called, the fuck was that briefing called? It was some kind of, the fuck was that class called?
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. It's just
Yeah.
making sure you had all your ducks in a row, and they told you.
Yeah, like, hey, make sure you make resumes and stuff like that. If you don't know how to make a resume, we'll help you with that and stuff. Like, that's another good thing about where we're at. If we don't have a will, you can go get a free will written up right now. Yeah, it cost us no money out of pocket, and we can have a will. Look, I don't own shit, so my wife gets everything anyway. So there you go. All the debt. So. Well, boys, what else you want to talk about? I got time. Nothing but time.
He says that, and almost every week he says the same thing. About 9 o'clock, it's time to go.
Well, yeah, because I do get hungry. I'm fat, so.
It happens.
That he is.
But
I got pictures to prove it.
Oh man. All right, last question, and then we'll cut it off here. Your best moment. What do you think your best moment of your military career was? Do you have one, or do you have more than one?
Best moment or best time or just whatever?
Best moment in your career, in climbing the ladder to get to where, because you said you made E4 pretty quickly.
I did.
So from the time you joined basic to making E4, I mean, that's a pretty proud moment. I remember making E4, and I thought it was absolutely amazing because I'm about to make more money, and now I got people that work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, I'd say about the same. I mean,
My favorite was VBSS school and breacher school, going into boarding school for boarding ships. So I spent 6 weeks down in San Diego training with some SEALs, Marine Scout snipers. There was a Coastie there. It was just a group of training guys, and it was a 6-week class. And that was I can't tell you how many rounds we shot. You know what I mean? And just training every day. And then I got to go back for I think it was 2 weeks doing breacher school, so shooting down doors and cutting through walls and shit like that. And then that was the funnest part of my Navy career.
Did you get to wear all black?
No, we actually had it was tan.
The tan. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but we had tan.
Did you get the boonie hat and the whole kit and caboodle?
Yeah, we got the boonie hat, we had the vests, they were float vests and stuff. And yeah, I got to carry a Mark 18, which is it's like a little itty bitty AR-15.
Nice.
For a while, and then when I got breacher, I carried the Mossberg and the torch and breacher kit. So
Right on.
yeah,
The guys from the last ship that I was on, maybe it was a West Coast thing, but it was all black. They wore black BDUs with the black beanie cap, not the beanie cap, the one I just asked you about.
boonie hat.
Yeah, the boonie hat. Jesus Christ, Brian. Memories going to shit. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get old.
Yeah, Thanks. Appreciate it.
I'm right there with you. No worries.
Yeah, I can see that, man. That had to be a lot of fun. You guys, you got to board some dowels and stuff like that out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, we actually we were the first boat to go back into Yemen since the coal.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
We actually towed a broken down dhow into Yemen, and it was kind of a shitty situation because we were doing pirate ops, and these guys were out there. They had no motor, and they're out fishing, and they had some coolers with some half frozen fish in it, but no fishing poles, no fishing gear, and they had these 55-gallon drums out there that they were carrying, and we had a French commander at the time, and we were not allowed to search the drums.
What the fuck?
But we towed them back into port. It was like 30 miles they were out there, and no motor. So
That's awful strange. We went and
That's a little awkward.
yeah, we were all pissed.
we had a situation where we ran across a dhow that they were fishing, and I want to say there was probably 10 or 11 people on the vessel. And when they boarded, and all the calls, you can hear all the calls coming back over. They had been out fishing for I think 3 days, and they've caught 2 fish. And there's big blocks of ice down in their storage facility in their area, and all that was there were 2 fish. And then the call came over that the dhow was going down; it's sinking. There's water coming into the vessel. So as I was fire marshal on that ship, and I got to send some teams over. And then after I sent teams over and we were dewatering it, there came a time when I was like, okay, well, we don't have any more teams that can go over. You got to build another team. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going over then. And I got a chance to go over and take a look at it. And I was like, well, this is awful strange that it's flooding and it's fuel, because literally all they did was open all the valves and started letting a bunch of fuel in. So the fuel, their discharge tanks, all that stuff was flooding the interior. I don't know whatever came of that, because we towed them to a certain point until the Iraqi police came in, or the Iraqi guard came in and took over the vessel. So we towed them for a small, short distance, and that was it after we got the flooding under control. So, Wes, your turn.
Mine was actually started as a fuck up.
That's how most of them started.
No, we're out on the range, Army, and we were qualifying. So I go up, grab my magazines, go to qualify. Army, you get 3 magazines, a 20-round mag and 2 10-round mags. The first duration of the fire is 20 rounds, prone supported. While I'm getting in position, I'm not paying attention. I load a mag up. Accidentally was a 10-round mag. So halfway through that first duration of fire, I had emergency reload. And I was still able to reload and still get the next round off and still qualified expert. Well, the range safety that was standing behind me was like, damn, that was a quick reload, you know. He was kind of impressed by it. And a couple hours afterwards, my commanding officer starts yelling for my name across the field, and I'm like, oh shit, what did I do wrong? I go running over, and there was that range safety. And my CEO was like, so this is the one you're talking about? And the guy was like, yeah, him. I'm like, what in the world? And he goes, and my CO goes, I heard you had emergency reload in the middle of your qualification, and you know, and you're still a qualified expert. And I thought I'm about to get my ass reamed because I didn't do the proper magazine, whatever. And it was like, well, it was enough to impress the master sergeant here that's in charge of the snipers and wants to know if you want to go shoot with him.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So I'm like, yes, sir. So got to go out, and they were shooting the Lapua at the time. So got to squeeze a few rounds off with the Lapua.
Okay.
That was and first round hit 1,400 meters, and I was only off by center by 1.5 inches.
Damn. Nice.
Damn.
So I'm like, I can get used to this. But I couldn't go to sniper school. I don't have that kind of patience.
I mean, you got to be quiet, you got to be stealthy, and yeah, there's a whole lot that I'm sure goes along with being a sniper, man. Quite honestly,
Yeah,
I don't know if I could do it either. I think I'd fall asleep.
that'd be my problem. You know, you're sitting there waiting for that one target to pop up, and they can take 3-4 hours, whatever. And if you miss it,
Yep. Yeah, bravo Zulu to those guys too, man. For anybody that's a sniper, anybody that did special forces,
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys are fucking amazing. So
Yeah.
thank you. All right, guys. Here's the deal. I think we need to wrap up the show. It's been 1 hour and 45 minutes. God dang, guys, you kept me on all night long. Jesus. No, I'm just kidding.
us.
I didn't even take my Viagra to stay up. Just kidding.
See, Alice.
Here's Mark said that he would like to have Lucas back on the show, and Lucas, I would absolutely love to have you back as well. Wes, of course, you know you're always invited anytime, my friend. We do like switching it up and having other folks on. So if you do know somebody else in the Army that you want to get on here, I know Eddie was part of the show at one point too. So
Yep.
I'd be honored to have him back on as well. So that's awesome. Is there anything that you guys want to get off your chest? Anything you want to talk about? Anybody you want to say hello to or anything like that? Because we don't do the show for us. So the show is for you guys. Like I said, it's come on, hang out, talk shit, and just have a good time, man. And hopefully you had a good time.
It's been a good
Always.
time. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming on, man. We really appreciate it. And Lucas, hit me up on Facebook, man. We'll talk more Navy shit if you want to. But definitely, please, man, check into your benefits. I want you to. I really hope that you can get your GI Bill. I really hope you can, because I feel like you earned it. It's a general discharge, dude. You didn't get dishonorable, so yeah. I think you're good. I really do. So
Yeah, it's worth checking into if nothing else.
yeah, you know, it doesn't hurt to ask. I mean, shit, people ask me all the time if they can get finance. I'm like, listen, let's fill out a credit application. We'll find out right now. So,
yeah,
Wes, it was good seeing you over the weekend, man. Can't wait till you come back into town. Of course, like we said, man, you're always welcome. You're more than welcome to come on the show anytime.
Yeah. We're gonna try to come down sometime after the 4th.
Okay, maybe we'll get together and do a live show.
That'll work.
That sound good?
Yeah.
So we'll get some more veterans involved. Maybe we'll go to the VFW. Go see some of the old folks, man.
There you go.
You're part of them, Brian.
Shut the fuck up. Listen, when it's Dollar Beer Day, which is every day at the VFW, and I'm a lifetime member, by the way, ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. All right. Mark, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I'm going to do it. From us here at Talking Shit.
No.
I know. You're going to cut me off, aren't you?
Yep.
What, mother? Go ahead.
What do we have coming up?
Oh, man, I don't remember.
We're back Tuesday. We're back this Tuesday, April 15th.
Are we on somebody else's show?
No. This is the final WrestleMania.
Oh, this is Mark's wrestling. What the hell is that called?
WrestleMania picks.
Yeah, your WrestleMania picks. We're doing WrestleMania picks. We're getting all that together.
It's the end
Anybody
of
that
our-
wants
it's
to
the
play
end
along,
of- It's the end of our season, and then we'll start a next one following month.
if you guys watch wrestling and you want to participate, it's free. In the comments, all you got to do is put your picks in there. We'll get them on the pick sheet. And what do they get if they win, Bob?
We don't know yet.
Oh, we're working.
But if
We're
Lucas,
working on
Lucas, if you send Brian or put it on Talking Shit where you've been talking to us at, your address, we'll send you a few decals.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. I'd love to see a decal on that. That is it a Trans Am or is it the bird?
No, you're not gonna. Hey, no,
Yeah.
you're not gonna do that to him. Not to,
Okay, don't put it on that car.
Oh, it's my son's car. I'll put it on there.
okay. Then I don't care.
Oh man. So what do we got after that? We're gonna be on another show, aren't we?
Yeah, we're supposed to be, but you never know what's gonna happen.
Okay. Well, stay tuned to Talking Shit and find out. Right? Is that what
That's
what I'm
right.
supposed to say?
That's right.
Is there anything else that I'm supposed to tell people?
No, because after what 22nd. After that, we'll probably be on a little bit of a break because
Birthdays and whatnots are coming up.
No, it's
Anniversaries.
yeah, anniversary.
Mark doesn't want to talk about his anniversary. How many years, Mud?
25.
25 years. Good for you. Good for you, buddy. Thank God you have a loving wife that
She put up with me for this long, so actually 27, but that's besides the point.
all right. Are you happy? Are you guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
Everybody's good now?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to end the show right here, ladies and gentlemen. From us here at Talking Shit, my name is Brian.
I'm Mark.
This is Lucas and Wes, and we're out of here. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Bitch, I'm in the